Hey there, so in my last video I actually ended up getting a comment from a user called Wickwayer said a missed opportunity to test Fallout 4, and I actually really agree with this. I don't really know why I didn't think to test Fallout 4. I've kind of just been testing it a lot, and it seems like everyone in the world is playing it right now, so I don't know why it didn't come to mind. I actually really appreciate that comment, but we're taking a look at it running on the system right now. The system, of course, being the SER5 Pro with the Ryzen 7 5700U. And here you're looking at the game running with the lowest in-game graphics settings, and we are at the full 1080p resolution. And yes, I do have God mode turned on. Usually when I'm doing testing, I just turn it on and go on a rampage. Kind of just overall being a menace in the wasteland. But here you can see that with these settings, the overall level of performance is passable enough. It's not exactly great, it's not high refresh rate, but you'll be able to play this more than fine if you just don't have an FPS counter up. But I might have a bias due to the fact that I did grow up playing Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas on consoles, where the FPS wasn't exactly great. But this in and of itself was actually a decent enough experience. But of course you can try to improve things by just adjusting the resolution. And dropping things down to 900p actually does net us a nice improvement in the overall FPS. Where before we were really struggling to even get around a 40 FPS average, here we're more than comfortably above 60, and this truly does feel like a great gaming experience. Now visually you do take a hit here just because we are dropping the resolution, but we didn't have to go all the way down to 720p, so visually speaking it's not an absolute disaster. So it's definitely a title that I would say is very playable on the Beelink SER5 Pro. And well, you'd hope that'd be the case considering the age of the game itself, but as you saw in the last video that I did, just because a game is old doesn't necessarily mean it's going to run well on modern hardware. Though admittedly calling a 5600U modern hardware is a bit disingenuous considering how old Zen 2 actually is at this point, but it's kind of crazy to think that Fallout 4 here came out at a time where most CPUs were just quad cores. It really was just a drastically different time back then. But anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one.